Hey guys, I'm Shane, and I'm a mindset coach who works with farmers. So I was farming my whole life up until the start of 2020, and I met Richmond when I first started out wanting to do a bit of coaching. So I was just going to do it part time, and Richmond made contact with me, and I signed up for a 6-week program, which back then it's known as PTP now, PTP 2.0, but back then it was known as the bamboo method. And I went through that process and took on all the knowledge from that, and even doing it part-time, I was able to put the content and the learnings and everything out of that process into practice, and managed to make about $32,000 just in 6 months, like I say, doing it part-time while I was still farming. And then last year in January, when I decided to go coaching full-time, I went and attended Richmond's boot camp, and that really gave me a good strong basis for being able to put into practice full-time what it took to be a coach. So after doing that in January, I took 3 or 4 months just to get settled into, I'd actually moved to Sydney, so I got a few months to get settled, and was doing all right, making a little bit of money. But then I decided to join the Point 1 program at the end of April. Now, the content and the value that's in Point 1 with Richmond and Tony as well is totally invaluable. Like, you can't actually put a price on that. There is so much content in the library, the calls, and there's so much value. You can't even measure the value in the calls, both with Richmond and with Tony. So being a part of that group is just incredible, to be able to have that knowledge. I put it all down to having knowledge at a click of a finger. Like, you can post a question in the group and someone's going to answer it, either Richmond or one of the other coaches who've got a lot of experience as well. So the value of being in there has just far exceeded my expectations. And I mean, for me, I made $132,000 from the end of April to December, so in 8 months. Now, for me, that's massive, because before that, the most I'd ever made in a whole year was $72,000. Like, that's all I'd ever made, being farming and all that. So I essentially doubled my income, because I'd made a little bit of money before that as well. So I made $150,000 for the 12 months, 132 since joining Point 1 for 8 months. So to reach figures like that far exceeded my expectation. Now, I knew I could make a good living out of coaching, but I didn't think I'd be able to make that kind of income and that kind of impact in such a short space of time. So the reason I joined Point 1 was I wanted to accelerate, and I wanted to be able to help as many people as I could, as fast as I could. So by doing that, it gave me the tools that I needed to get to where I needed to be in a hurry, because otherwise it would have taken me at least 2 or 3 years to just go through the process and learn everything by myself. So that's why I took on Richmond as a coach, because I wanted to speed up my process and become more. Now, do I recommend Richmond? Absolutely. There's no doubt about the Point 1 program, or even just going into Passionate Profits, is going to get a massive amount of value for you and for your coaching business. So I have no hesitation in recommending joining up and jumping on board, because the support, not just from Richmond and Tony, but from everyone else in the community, is going to really accelerate your business so you can fast forward it. Is it worth the investment? Absolutely. I would thoroughly recommend investing in yourself so that you can get the results that you need for your clients, so you can speed it all up. Now, aside from all the coaching, the program itself also is really good for crushing any limiting beliefs you have about yourself as a coach. So, the fear of rejection, overcoming the fear of sales, making phone calls, doing Facebook Lives, all of that kind of stuff. The fear of, occasionally we think, oh, I'm not good enough, or am I doing it right? Like, on the calls, we handle all of that. In the boot camps, you handle all of that stuff. You step up, you overcome it, you bring the certainty that you need to be a really high quality coach. So, like I say, definitely jump on board. Happy to be really good to meet you once you jump in and become a part of your life and growth as well. So again, thanks Richmond and Tony and everyone else who helps with Point 1. Very, very much appreciated.